So basically, a systems engineer, it's more of supporting your IT environment. So you have your server infrastructure and your network. Once the level one, which is usually the help desk, when they finish and they can't go any further and they have problems with troubleshooting the issue, that's when it gets escalated to a level two, which is in my role at the moment as systems engineer. So yeah, we pretty much work on more of the advanced server and networking issues and sort them out. So on an average day, there's no such thing as an average day, because at the moment I'm consulting, so it really depends. Some days there's heaps of work, some days there's not much, and some days I could be there all night till the next morning trying to sort out issues. So yeah, working in IT, it just comes with the job, so you've just got to get the job done and make sure everything's working by the time you leave.
Beautiful.
Yes, there are. So troubleshooting and problem solving skills is one of the most important, the way I see it, because on a daily basis you come to different challenges, different problems. Every day it's a different thing and you don't really know what you're walking into. So yeah, I think it's a lot of self-development and troubleshooting skills basically that you need. Of course you would need a bit of communications as well. It depends on where you are. Mostly if you're doing something on a help desk level, you'd obviously be dealing with clients directly, or even if you're consulting, you'd pretty much do the same thing, so you'd have to talk to clients directly and yeah. Yeah, I think it's more, well, since in the 5 years that I've worked, you learn to deal with different type of people, communicating with them, given in different businesses, the way people work and the way people like being spoken to, or like, you know, people, because for example, if I'm talking to a senior manager, he's not going to want to know all the gory details of the technical side of things. He just wants to know whether the problem's fixed or not. So you tend to pick up skills of talking to different people depending on what your audience is. So depending on who you're talking to, basically you would have to adjust yourself so that they can understand what you're on about. Yeah, so technical skills is mostly mainly having really good problem solving skills. That's one of the main ones, and I think a lot of it is self-development. So for example, with myself, in my free time I just sit and build boxes, servers, play around with it. A lot of the times when we come into scenarios where a client's having a particular issue, we can't really work out what's going on. Most of the time we try and build, replicate that environment and see if we can find a solution to it. So there's a lot that you need to develop yourself and push yourself forward to do it. It's just that with IT, everything changes on a daily basis. So you need to put a lot of effort into developing your skills and developing yourself and keep up to date with technology. So when I was younger, I used to help friends out with the computer problems and things that they had. It was just fun. I enjoyed it at that stage. Yeah, it was quite good. So I just got really into it and started moved to IT basically. So basically from here, for myself, I think I really want to do a bit more of networking, like improve my networking skills. I've done a lot of Windows Server environments and things like that. So I guess from here, I'm looking at becoming a system analyst or even running my own business. To be honest, it's a bit of both. I do enjoy working in teams as well. It's just that the only disadvantages of working solo is you don't really have much of backup, or you don't have someone to bounce ideas off or team members to bounce ideas off. So yeah, it's pretty much you've got to work out whatever you have to do yourself, and at times that can be really challenging when you don't know what's going on. So yeah, for aspiring students, I reckon it would be a good option for them to start developing, start learning on their own. Try playing around with different environments as much as they can. There's a lot of open source Linux and things like that you could do. But yeah, I think it's a lot of self-development. On top of that, nowadays in the market, everyone's looking for vendor certifications. On top of a uni degree, which is most important, I reckon that gives you the extra advantage. Just talking from personal experience, I think you're way better off having a degree. It just gives you a better edge over other people looking for the same job. It can be challenging at times. A lot of the times so far it's not been too bad, but there have been days where you've had servers down or things happen when I'm at uni, or in between assignments and things like that. So it's trying to find the right balance and just making sure that you can do your job and finish uni as well. Probably I think getting a part-time job would be a good option, provided like you're doing help desk or something like that. But working for yourself and doing uni is pretty challenging. Okay, so there's a bit of history about me. I've been an IT for the last 5 years, working for a small company. I've just realized the value of a degree and the importance it has. I see a lot of people come and go from organization. Skills and experience do count as well, but I also think you've got to have something solid to back you up, saying that I'm qualified and I do know what I'm doing. So it's just having that piece of paper to back up your skills that really makes a big difference. I have seen a few people who have been rejected through jobs because they're looking for more qualified persons, so they're looking for people with degrees. So yeah, and there's never enough of education you can't get. So mostly you would start off with at least about a year or 2 years of help desk experience. Depending on where you go, I think that helps build your troubleshooting skills and also communicating with people, dealing with people. It's mostly over the phone or via email, so you spend some time on there to build those skills. And after that, as you keep building along with your technical skills, as soon as you keep moving forward, you have the opportunity to move to an engineer's position or a level 2 support. And then pretty much from there, sky's the limit. Yeah, graduates would be able to find employment. It all depends on what skills they have and what the job, what the employer wants. If you can meet them or come close to it, I reckon that would really help you. So you'd start off with, most likely again, start off with help desk and level 1 troubleshooting and move on from there. Given a lot of uni students will probably look for something a bit more advanced, so if you can fit the role, I reckon, yeah, you could do it. The positives are the company. Well, while I was working for the company just before I started uni, the good thing about it was we have flexible hours and yeah. They were reasonably flexible. That's what I really enjoyed. On the other hand, the negatives would be, work hours were just way too long. On some days, you'd pretty much spend all night trying to sort things out, sort out issues, and yeah, so it can be very challenging. You tend to lose a lot of weekends and a lot of personal time where you've got to sit basically and troubleshoot these issues and sort out the issues and come up with a full working solution. So. And it's mostly trying to meet deadlines as well, which is very, very important. Most of the time when a level 2 steps in, you always have bigger problems and you most likely have a company that's sitting down without their service or sitting down with something not working and the whole business is affected. So you've got to be able to try and sort out the issue in a timely manner. With ethical issues, as we all know, dealing with IT, you're pretty much dealing with all of the client's data. So there is a lot of confidential information that you may or may not see on those servers and in that data. So I guess with the company I was working for, we all had to sign our contract, which stated that we were liable if any of this data was leaked out or if we had anything to do with it. So I guess it's more sort of confidentiality, because in IT you pretty much have access to everything. So yeah.
Okay.
The salary, the IT industry is booming really well. I think salary-wise, on an entry level, you're looking at around 30-35 grand a year. Which is still not too bad, but I guess it all depends if you can prove yourself and move forward. The more you put into your job, the more it will reward you. Also, working for larger organizations, larger companies, that does pay off as well. So, say on a second level or a support engineer, you're looking at anything between 50 to 85,000. And then if you go on to the senior analyst, that's when you're looking at 100,000 plus. So yeah, it all depends mostly on companies and if you could fit that role and actually do it well. Okay, so my job role as a systems engineer is pretty much managing, maintaining, designing networks. Mostly from past work experience, we've dealt with small to medium businesses where we've put in complete core networks. We've put in servers, mail servers, file servers. In addition to that, there's pretty much managing it as well. So just making sure they all run properly, backups are running fine, all that sort, and keep tailoring it to each client. So yeah, it's basically designing and managing them for most of it. Funnily enough, I do. It is quite good. I love what I do. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. So yeah, I like challenges and I like troubleshooting, trying to find solutions to various problems, and I think that's what I do best. And especially in IT, I've been doing it for I don't know how long, maybe since I was 16 or something. So it's been really good, and I enjoy doing that. So.